Mr. President, is it true that we're going to give $450,000 to border crossers who are separated?
Head-scratching silence. Did you see it? Quick look there on the escalator. That's all President Biden offered when he was questioned on a Wall Street Journal report. The story, his administration may pay $450,000 per person to people who come here who sued over the Trump administration separating them at the border. Republicans are tearing into the president over the idea that could cost some $1 million per family and as much as $1 billion overall. Here's Senator Marsha Blackburn on the Faulkner Focus asking how that must make hardworking American families feel.
We would like to know what legal authority that he is using to have DHS, HHS, and the Department of Justice go negotiate these prepayments to these individuals that have broken the law at the southern border as they came into this country, and now they get this, they get free benefits, they get free health care. People are really not happy with what Joe Biden is delivering, and it's why they're moving away from him.
Mark Brnovich, attorney for the great state of Arizona, Attorney General, is in focus now. So talk to me about exactly what the senator was asking about. What legal authority does the President of the United States have to do this?
Well, thank you, Harris, for having me on. And as you know, President Biden has been untethered to the Constitution and any legal authority since day one of his administration. As you know, we have multiple lawsuits. In fact, literally on Friday, the U.S. Supreme Court accepted our case involving the public charge rule, which the Biden administration abandoned their defense of a statute that basically, or a rule that says you have to be able to support yourself. This is what I call incentivizing people to come here. And now you throw on top of this their unwillingness to enforce existing law, and now essentially monetizing, giving people payments, close to $500,000 that have broken the law. It's quite frankly not only unconstitutional, it's unconscionable. And I've got an idea. I've got an idea here, breaking news. Instead of giving them $450,000 in hardworking American taxpayer cash, let's give them all a Joe Biden or a Hunter Biden painting. They can have a Hunter Biden painting and we'll call it all equal.
Wow. Real quickly, I wrote that down. Biden has been untethered to the constitutional. I have to think that states are going to fight this, and now we're all kind of border states, because look at this. The New York Post is reporting the border crisis has hit classrooms after the Biden administration flew unaccompanied minors to New York in the cover of darkness. Well, we've been reporting that, right? New York, New Jersey, Florida. They write, 4 counties alone, Suffolk, Queens, Nassau, and Brooklyn, took in nearly 5,000 unaccompanied children in just 11 months. And the arrival of these children, mostly teenage boys in local schools, is creating a classroom crisis that is strapping educational resources, costing taxpayers millions of dollars in unbudgeted expenses, and aiding gang recruiting efforts, argue parents, teachers, and immigration experts. Do they have a point with all of that, and what can be done?
Absolutely, they have a point. And I was a gang prosecutor, and the cartels have seized operational control of our border. So Americans will die. They will be affected in unimaginable ways. So it's not only the fiscal cost, the fiscal impacts for the schools, the hospitals, and our social safety network that so many hardworking taxpayers put into, but it's also the fact that the gangs now are pushing drugs into our country. I know as a prosecutor, the price of fentanyl is falling because there are more of these dangerous drugs coming into our state, and that is not staying in Arizona. It is going to be in New York. It's going to be in Kansas. It's going to be all over this country.
Right, and it's what I was saying, making technically all of us in border states at that point. We're all feeling it. Real quickly, I just want to understand how you get, because it's not all boys who are coming across the border. Do we even have the resources to find out who we should be looking for at this point?
Well, we need to start, Harris, with enforcing the law as it is. I mean, as you know, there will be more than 2 million people illegally crossing our southern border just this year. It's more than twice. It's like 2 of Biden home states of Delaware, if he understands what the population of his state still is, or whoever's speaking in his earpiece. So this is overwhelming the social network, and the cartels have seized control. They're exploiting women that are coming into this country. Some of them have to work that off by being trafficked and enslaved in terrible conditions. And we know that the drugs that are coming into this country is going to fuel violence in our inner cities, and it's going to end up with a terrible epidemic with our kids dying of drug overdoses or becoming addicted to drugs.
And you're not just, looking out and sort of forecasting. You're looking based on the evidence that we have right now. And that's what we did to get more than 2.5 million by the end of the year. I mean, by the time we had 1.5 million a few weeks ago, just do the math. All right, let's move to this. So many Virginia parents, because we're focused on that Virginia governor's race where the Republican now on issues like this has taken the lead. So many of these parents have had it with critical race theory. Here's Loudoun County, a mom there.
My 6-year-old somberly came to me and asked me if she was born evil because she was a white person, something she learned in a history lesson at school. I refuse to allow you to destroy our schools. They are not your schools, they are our schools.
Meanwhile, America's top law enforcement officer, Attorney General Merrick Garland's memo that threatened parents at school board meetings still stands. We heard from him in hearings last week. He doesn't apologize. He's not taken aback. But GOP House Oversight Committee members continue to pursue a hearing of their own on it. Here's Republican Jim Jordan.
I think our First Amendment liberties, every single one of them, your right to practice your faith, your right to assemble, right to petition your government, freedom of the press, freedom of speech, I think they've all been assaulted over the last year by the left. What the Attorney General did a week and a half ago during this hearing when we brought this to light, but when he issued that memo, basically setting up a snitch line on parents who show up at school board meetings to stand up for their kids and make sure this racist, anti-American curriculum, critical race theory, is not taught in our schools. What he did was so wrong.
Let's ask an Attorney General, Mark Brnovich, your thoughts.
Joe Biden and Merrick Garland essentially want to weaponize or continue to weaponize the Department of Justice. And just because parents are exercising their First Amendment rights to speak out against critical race theory or even vaccine mandates does not make them domestic terrorists. And if we allow the Biden administration to continue this, God forbid, you're going to end up with mom and pop at Gitmo. Think about how outrageous that is, Harris, to think about.
That is outrageous. Could that really happen?
We are living in a time where we all need to make sure that we are protecting our constitutional rights on every single level, from the local school board levels to the state and especially on the federal level.
That's interesting because you say one leads to the other. That sounds like a slippery slope, which is how you got there. Mark Brnovich, thank you for being in focus.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.